welcome to 1 hour playtest where we go in raw with the deck and play it non-stop on the ranks ladder for 1 hour straight. In today's video, we are playing Memento. If you're sick of all the common boss monsters, this is the deck for you as it completely revolves around Memento combined creation. It's all about getting 5 different Memento monsters in the grave and in your hand to summon this monster. And then, once you have it on the field, through the power of the trap, it's going to be able to negate 5 monster effects. It's kind of like an Apollo USA, but you don't have to summon Apollo. Now, without further ado, let's hop into the gameplay. We'll do a deck profile at the end, and we're going to start off with the test hand, then go into the ranks ladder. So starting off with this hand, Darkblade and the Anguish are both good starter cards. So we would obviously be trying to bait out an Ash Blossom here. This would be searching our Darkblade, and if they negated, that'd be great. We then have Darkblade. What's good about the Darkblade is it will activate to destroy itself, and when you do so, if they are to activate an Impermanence or a Veiler, you could chain your quick play card Bone Party to pop it, dodge in the Veiler or Impermanence, and then the newly summoned monster would get popped instead. Memento is all about popping itself in order to resolve its effect. Now the pop is non-targeting, so you could activate the effect to pop a Memento, and if a different Memento is summoned to the field afterward, that will still apply the effect by destroying a Memento monster. So we're going to destroy the Darkblade, come forth and summon. This is where we would summon the Anguish. Anguish on summon will be good for 2 of its effects. The first effect is going to be to search for the horse. The second effect is very important for being able to first look at it very closely and her, very nice. She's going to be reborning a monster from the grave. So this getting Imperm or Veilered is actually quite impactful if we don't already have access to the fusion spell. So we're now going to be special summoning our horse onto the field. The horse will be destroying itself. And whatever it destroys, it's going to be checking the level of the destroyed monster and sending that many monsters from the deck to the grave to equal that level, or up to. So level 5, we're going to send level 1, and level 2. So sending 4 levels for that destruction. This will trigger the Gaddock to reborn from the grave. Now, some players would activate it to add a card in the graveyard back to the hand because we're going to destroy that newly added card. But if we already have other cards to destroy, we could save the effect for when we summon it later in the turn, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the Anguish second effect to now pop the Gaddock to reborn from the grave the Mace. This is important for getting access to our fusion spell. Mace will then destroy a Memento, anyone on the field, that's fine, and that's going to be then giving us the Memento fusion. Now, Memento Fusion can use the graveyard as a quick play effect to fusion summon only within the main phase, and it could use the graveyard only if we destroyed a Memento with the Memento effect this turn. So we're going to use that effect, Memento Fusion, fusing with the grave. We're going to pretend like we don't have a hand here. I'll return the Mace back into the deck. I'll also return back the horse. Come forth and summon. Now the Twin Dragon on summon will activate to destroy a Memento card in our hand or on the field. It has to be a monster. Since we already have cards in the hand, I'll pop from the hand here. And we're going to search for 2 Memento monsters. If we already have the Horned Dragon or the Creation in our hand, a good search would be the Mace, because the Mace has the effect during the opponent's turn to take control of the opponent's monster. I love using the Mace against cards like Fenrir or Unicorn on summon, just take control of it, and it's now ours. But here, we're going to be grabbing the Horned Dragon, and we will be also grabbing the main boss monster. By adding the boss monster to the hand and not having it in the graveyard, it's less susceptible to a random DD Crow, but it could still be good to have it in the grave. We could pop it if we opened up with it with the Twin Dragon and then just summon it from the grave. So either from the hand or grave, this is summonable, but we're not summoning it yet. We're then going to use the Memento Fusion in the graveyard to pop a card we control. What's great about this is it does not have to destroy a Memento monster. It could destroy a Nibiru token and you still get the effect. And the effect is search your deck for a Memento spell or trap. Notice how it does not have the restriction of searching for another Memento fusion, which is something you could do. So not only is the Mace a way to get access to your Memento fusion, we could have instead had the Goblin send a Memento fusion from the deck to the grave, then use that Memento fusion to pop a monster we control to then search for another Memento fusion. So it's good to know all the different ways we have to gain access to this fusion spell. So let's activate it. And we're going to pop the Twin Dragon for its other effect. When destroyed, it can reborn a monster from the grave. This is where I'm going to grab the field spell. We'll talk about the field spell in a bit. So with the Twin Dragon being destroyed, it's now going to be triggering, come forth, and reborn a monster from the grave. We are going to reborn the Goblin. Now, before we activate the Goblin, we want to activate the field spell. The field spell is going to check the level of the destroyed memento on the field and then summon a memento with a lower level than the destroyed monster. So using Goblin to destroy itself would not be good because we want to summon something that's less than 1, which would not be possible. So this is where if we popped the Anguish and she's not on the field, we could special summon the Horned Dragon. Horned Dragon, if destroyed, could pop 2 cards the opponent controls and 1 card we control. You have to destroy all 3. So this is where we're going to activate, pop the Horned Dragon mates, and that will then trigger the field spell. So we're going to send from the deck to the grave 2 cards. So what we could send here is another monster that we could return back for the combined creation. We need 5 different mementos, but it's also important to use the field spell during the end phase. We could target a memento spell trap in the grave and set it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually, I normally don't play this trap, but I'm going to send both traps to the graveyard. I'm going to send the Cranium Burst, and I'm going to send the Fracture Dance. And you're going to see how that works here. Now, the Horned Dragon activating would not be good. We'd be forced to destroy our entire field. It's only if they have face-up cards, back row monsters, do we want to activate this to then get poppin'. So we're just going to trigger the field spell, targeting the level 8 to then reborn a level 7 or lower. So we do not trigger the effect. Do not make that mistake. We could reborn the Twin Dragon, but this is where we use the second summon of Gaddock to finally activate its effect. So come forth, Gaddock. Gaddock, as we passed on the first effect, because we didn't want to just add back a monster, we want to actually add back a spell or trap. So Gaddock activate, and we're going to grab back the Fracture Dance. Fracture Dance, if we can control a memento monster, we could target a card in the field and destroy it. But if we control the combined creation, we can destroy 1 more card on the field. And that's going to be very good alongside the combined creation, which we'll get out in a bit. So what we want to do now is, if their opponent's field is lighting up after our 5th summon, we know that they potentially have Nibiru. This is that when we would summon a Little Knight. So that when we summon the combined creation, then we end our turn at the end of the main phase, they're not going to be able to Nibiru our combined creation, and it will be fully protected. But if there are no field light ups, no delays on the 5th summon and onward, then you could instead go into an IP Masquerena. But again, you're risking potentially they're hiding in Nibiru, and then you'll get blown out by Nibiru. So it's completely up to you if you want to be safe or risky. We're going to do the safe play here, but I'll probably, within my duels, be summoning IP Masquerena instead based off of the opponent's delays in their field lighting up. So first, I'm going to be summoning a Linkuriboh because we have that luxury since we didn't pop the Anguish earlier. I'm going to then be making the SP Little Knight. Now, I had to make the Linkuriboh first because it points backwards, and the Little Knight is kind of selfish as it only points to the left and right. So in the extra monster zone, we would not be able to summon the Linkuriboh. This is where we could come forth and summon our combined creation. Now, I like summoning combined creation in attack position. Let's return cards back in the deck. Now, what we want to leave in the graveyard, if you have a Bone Party, which is a quick effect to pop one of your monsters, I like leaving the Horned Dragon in the grave because the combined creation states that if they activate any card effect, it's going to activate afterward to reborn from the graveyard a monster or summon from the hand, and then we're going to make plays off of that. Otherwise, if you do not have the Bone Party, it's good to keep the Anguish in the grave, which we don't need. And the Dark Blade also has the effect of, if reborned or summoned, special summoned, it could activate to pop a back row card if we have a memento card in our hand to discard to get poppin'. I know this is a lot to take in, but you could rewatch this a bunch of times and you'll fully understand how this works. So Gaddock is going to return. We're going to return back the Goblin. We already have 2 Anguishes, so I can return 1. And I'm going to return back the Dark Blade. All right? And we'll talk about the disruption during the end phase. Now, this being an attack position is good because in the end phase, when we set the trap, you're going to see it. Let's do this. So let's just set this up and we'll talk about it once we resolve everything. So if they were to activate Nibiru, we would chain Little Knight to banish itself, plus the combined creation completely dodging the Nibiru. Now, this is going to trigger during the end phase to set up the best card in the deck, the Creation Cranium Burst. So let's talk about what that does within their draw phase. So the Cranium Burst has this funny effect of, while you control a memento monster, your opponent must declare an attack onto the highest attack monster that you control, which would be the combined creation. So they can't summon a monster in attack position or a link monster and then end their turn. They have to commit to attacking into the combined creation, and it turns into some hilarious scenarios. And that's why I like the combined creation in attack position, where it could be risky against a lightning storm. Just keep in attack position, so they got to swing everything in. But the even better effect is the Cranium Burst states that when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, so not as good as Apollo where it can negate anything, but it can negate 5 times. You lose 1,000 attack and defense in response to their monster effect activating on the field, which could be chain link blocked, just like in Apollo USA. And also, you can only use the effect once per chain. So if they activate multiple monster effects in the field, you're not going to be able to negate multiple of them. And then you also have to decide, do you want to use the Cranium Burst negate, or do you want to directly chain your Little Knight to their monster effects because you can't use both? So you don't have to flip this up early. You could wait on the monster effect activation. You could also wait at the end of the main phase to flip this up, which would then force them to go into the battle phase if they have a monster in attack position. And then we already know about the Fractured Dance. We get Poppins. We have 5 negates, the Cranium Burst. We have the Bone Party after we reborn the Horned Dragon to pop multiple cards in the field. So that is 1 Disruption, 5 Disruption, 6 Disruption, 7 Disruption with the Fracture, 8 Disruption with the Little Knight, and then we have 9 Disruption hiding in the deck. The 9th one is through the effect of the Mace, which we will be searching. This will be during the opponent's main phase, take control of a face-up monster. So let's now play this out, and hopefully the opponent does something that I could do something too. Probably gonna be setting a monster face down. That's fine, and I'll just show you. Okay, we got some back row at least, sure. So I will show you some plays. This is where we'll flip up the Cranium Burst. This is where they're forced into the battle phase. I could also be, so they also didn't activate an effect, unfortunately, but if they did, we would be reborning the Horned Dragon, popping it, then popping 2 cards in the field that are face up. Since they're not face up, I could use the Fractured Dance instead, which would be better during the end phase. So we're gonna wait towards the end phase, and I'm new to using the Fractured Dance. I normally do not use it. So get pop in, we're gonna pop 1, and all right. And then this is, so it's a target pop plus a non-target pop. Very interesting, very nice. If it can control the combined creation. And this also states when an attack is declared involving your memento and an opponent's monster banishes from the graveyard, all monsters your opponent control lose 1,000 attack. Also, that's something to note. The combined creation, if it's the only monster on the field, what you could do is it can attack every single body on the field. And if they're in defense, you could use the Bone Party in the graveyard to banish to make your combined creation have piercing battle damage. Now, I know this was a lot to absorb within a quick little duel replay test hand, but let's now take this to the ladder, and I'm going to start the timer starting as soon as we start the next duel. All right, 1 hour play test, and I'll also show you the deck list real quick, but we're not going to get into it until maybe the end of the video, because I think the play test is enough for you to understand how the deck works. So let's get into the duel. We are Master 5 now from the last video. And I'll quickly, oh, I gotta switch my deck. I had the wrong deck. This is the one. Very nice. So I am playing no Max C and no way to stop Max C besides the Ash Blossom, and I'm committed to not stopping their Max C. Why? Because people are gonna scoop when I set up the combined creation. I had 9 Disruption. They need a full Max Seed hand in order to even have a chance against our set up turn 1 field. So let's try that out, and you'll get to see the deck much better you'll see it in a much better way. So let's start the timer. Boom, 1 hour has started. And let's make sure we have this set up. We got the Memento breakdown. We're gonna go first. All right, let's do this. Set up my chair, and I will be ready also with a hand trap popularity list so we know what to play around. All right, hand traps, let's go. So we have a pretty decent hand here. We have the Anguish plus a way to stop an opponent's impermanence or a Veiler. So let's try that out. And the Mace is what we really needed to have access to gain access to the fusion spell. But instead, with the Anguish, we could reborn a Goblin, and the Goblin will instead be the way to gain access to our fusion spell. So let's see what we have to do here. Let's do it. So the Anguish, that's gonna be the play. Let's do it. I'll pop Anguish if they try to respond to it with the Bone Party. You got something? Nothing. Okay. It looks like they have played against Memento before. I'm very sorry that you have that PTSD, my friend. All right, duel number 1, a win. Let's see what they were actually playing. What is this? We beat some nonsense. All right, great. Let's go. Back in. All right, adjust my mic real quick. Gia has been playing Wuthering Waves all day, yesterday and today. I have not really started yet. You could let me know in the comments, is that something you care about? Going first, let's go. Actually, I have a sponsor set up on the next stream to play some Wuthering Waves after our Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. If you want to show up for that, let's go, let's go. All right. Now, this is a one-card starter also with the horse. Let's see what they have. Let's get horsing. Horse come forth, and this is where they would have been able to activate their Max C, which they did not. So that was the Max C check of their field not even lighting up, not even trying to play around a Gamma. Now, this is where we have to worry about potentially an Imperm or Veiler. Let's see. Get popping. Uh-oh, that's an Ash check. That's the Ash. Ash. Whoa, Airlifter, not Ash. Very interesting. Okay, so we're good. Airlifter summon a body from the deck that is inherently not Disruption, so we should be good. It is a Hydrant. Okay. Now I don't have to worry about Imperm for the rest of the duel here. We're going to send from the deck a Mace, Goblin, and Gaddock. Mace, Goblin, and Gaddock. Now remember we saved the Gaddock for a better ad? Well, if you open up the horse, you can't really save it. You actually have to use its effect so that we can normal summon the Goblin. So we're going to come forth and special summon. Gaddock is here, activate. We are top tier, come to me Goblin and not the Mace. You already have the Memento Fusion, but the Goblin is going to be setting up a Dark Blade into the graveyard, which will be good. So with the Goblin, we're going to activate. Come forth. Whoa, we'll pop. Ooh, what is this? An Ash check again? Ooh, we got ashed. Well, I just lost my ability to go into the Memento Fusion, but we have it in our hand already. So, no big deal. We are fine. All right, you stopped my Memento Fusion search. So you see you want to bait out a bunch of disruption before going in. Now we're going to get Memento Fusioning. Memento Fuse, we're going to summon the Twin, and with the Twin, I'm going to return the horse in the graveyard, and I believe the horse on the field, the hand, I'm also going to return back, because I do want to reborn the Mace from the grave. I think that would be a pretty good play. We already used up our normal summon here, unfortunately, so let's use the double horse. Return, return. Come forth and summon Twin Dragon. Twin Dragon on summon is going to pop a card in our hand or on the field, and that's going to be searching for two bodies. So I'm going to get the Goblin or the Gaddock into the graveyard. As I search for two bodies, we're going to be then popping the Twin, reborn the Mace. We could search for the field spell. We had more plays. What is going on? No one wants to play against Memento. All right, well, here you go. Play around Ash, and you got to see that at least. We beat Rescue Ace. Maybe we'll have a duel where we go second. And this is another reason why I just don't want Max C or a way to stop Max C in my deck, because they're just going to leave. They're already leaving. Max C ensures that they're going to stay in the duel with me. Otherwise, we have no duel. So I'm hoping that they have Max C so we could actually have a duel here. All right, all right. Dark Blade plus Bone Party. This is good. This is great. Optimal turn one opener. Dark Blade on summon. Their field would have lit up for a Maxi, Imperm, or a Veiler. So we're going to do the Ash check right now. Check for the Ash. Activate. Ash. That's the Ash. Okay. You're going to Ash me. You're going to hold. The Ashes, I could Bone Party. Yep. All right. Nice. So we are negated. I'm going to chain the Bone Party. You don't have to chain it. You could use it on Resolution. So the Dark Blade's still negated. It's not dodging a negate here. And they have no Max C, as we saw. And we do have the risk of them surrendering again like the other Mad Lads. So we're going to summon the Anguish to the field. And then we're going to do the full combo we showcased in the solo mode. All right, Anguish is here. Activate, grab the horse here. Come to me. And we got the horsey. Did I grab the correct royal version? Do I have a royal or a glossy? I don't even know. We're going to try to speed this up. Look at my horse. We popping it for level 5, sending up to level 5 from the deck. That's going to be the Mace, the Goblin, and the Gaddock. Now, normally we don't activate the Gaddock effect early of adding back from the grave when someone onto the field. But because we have a Bone Party in the graveyard, that's a really good add back. So add back that Bone Party and we are good. But now we don't have the play of adding back a Fracture. We got the Bone Party instead. So we're going to use the Anguish to reborn the Mace to pop the Gaddock. Yep. And then we're going to use the mace to pop itself to then search for the fusion spell. All right. Fusion spell, come to me. And then we could activate it. And since I have an Anguish in the hand, I'm going to pop the Anguish in the hand, leaving the one on the field. Come forward, Twin Dragon. So I'm going to return back the horse and the mace. Yes. And what you should note here is that this is a level 10 synchro. None of them are tuners, but it's a light, it's a dark, and Chaos Angel would then give you the ability of being unaffected from monster effects for your synchros, and none of your monsters could be destroyed by battle. So this could be good also to play around Nibiru. So we're going to activate the Twin Dragon, but generally we're going to want to pop the Twin Dragon and not make a Chaos Angel. So pop the Anguish from the hand. We're going to search for a Horn Dragon, and we're going to be searching for our Combined Creation. Very nice. And then we're going to use the effect of the Memento Fusion, pop in the Twin Dragon, search for our field spell. Pop the Twin, come to our hand, Memento Field Spell, trigger the Twin to reborn the Goblin from the grave after being destroyed. Goblin it up. Remember, Goblin has to pop a monster that's bigger than level 1 to trigger the field spell correctly. That will be the Horn Dragon. So we'll pretend like we didn't have the Anguish, so you can pretend like she's not there. We're going to use the Goblin to get poppin'. Pop the Horn, and then send from the deck. We want the Cranium Burst to be added back with the field spell. And then the Trap is maybe something we want to send here. I could just send a Horse to return back, or we could send a Memento Fusion for follow-up to pop a card we control to search for whatever we want during the next turn. So this would be good follow-up. If we look at the graveyard, we do want to link off of the field. So then what we're going to have here is we're going to have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. We have plenty of monsters, so I can send the Memento Fusion. All right. That will trigger the field spell. Do not trigger the Horned. So it could be scary here because you're targeting this for the field spell, but then you don't want to activate the Horned. Now we're going to reborn from the graveyard. It does not really matter. We could actually make a Chaos Angel here, which would be pretty damn cool. I think so. Yup. All right, come forth. This is where we would reborn the Gaddock for its secondary effect, but we don't have to. And now we have a Chaos freaking Angel, mates. Ain't no way. Unaffected. Beautiful. And we're not going to banish on summon. So if they were to Nibiru, we're completely fine. And again, we would want to make an SP Little Knight if we were actually afraid of a Nibiru, but I'm not, because they have no delays whatsoever unless they're really good at hiding it. We got Linkuriboh, and then we got the Combined Creation. We're going to return back into, we're going to keep the Horned Dragon since we have a Bone Party. So we're going to return, and return. Everything but the Horned Dragon. We have a ton of Disruption plus Chaos Angel. I am loving it. We're going to summon it into attack position. We got Imperm, we got Ogre. Let's go, let's go. Set. End phase, and we're going to trigger the field spell to add the Cranium Burst onto the field for 5 negate. Now, good on Ziad for not surrendering here. I very much appreciate that. He's going to hope he surrendered after he sees what we could do. All right, we're going to hold on to the Bone Party. The Bone Party is going to be activatable to pop the Horn Dragon after the Combined Creation reborns the Horn Dragon. The Horn Dragon being popped will then summon an Anguish, which will search for a mace to steal their monster. So let's get ready for that. King Sark. Okay, so let it resolve, and then we're going to have the Combined Creation now trigger, which will reborn the Horn Dragon. Yep. And yes, Horn Dragon is here. It is top tier. We'll summon it over here. And I'm going to pop the King Sark, but I could pop 2 cards. So I'm going to wait for them to discard send, or I could just Ogre it. You know, it's like, I don't know. What do we do? It's good to Ogre, but I won't be able to show you the cool play of the Horned Dragon. So I think I'm going to... You should Ogre this, but he will surrender. Okay, let's see if I regret this. You should 100% Ogre, but I am not. We're going to use Horned Dragon with Bone Party, which could play into an Ash Blossom, by the way, which we can't negate with the Combined Creation. So I may regret this greatly, but I'm doing it for the plays. Let's go. I want to show you Memento. Naturia Blessing, that is fine. Okay. He's not used up the normal summon yet. When he summons the I'm Seti, that is when we're going to pop. Right then and there. Now we're popping. We're going to activate the Bone Party. If this gets ashed, we're going to be pissed. Please chill, bro. Do not ash. I did not Ogre you so I could use this play. We got him. We got him. Let's go. Horn Dragon, come forth and summon from the deck Anguish. Yes, Anguish is here. And then Anguish will trigger. So also the field spell triggers if we want to reborn an Anguish from the graveyard. I'm going to hold on to the Memento field spell. So let's activate this. And we'll activate to pop the Anguish. And we're going to take out you and you. And then we'll also chain link block it, potentially from something you would even have to negate, probably nothing. But this is now ashable, and I don't think you'd ash this if you didn't ash the Bone Party, so we're fine. And let's grab our ability. We're gonna grab the Mace now. Mace is the place we're gonna take control of their monster. All right, beautiful. Full wipeage. And I'm not gonna trigger the Memento. No, no, no. That would special summon Mace from the hand, which would not be a good idea. I still have 5 monster negates. So if you would like to activate that, that'd be pretty cool because I will negate. Let's go. Oh no, it's not on the field, so I can't imperm, right? But I still have Cranium Burst in response to your activation to negate. SP Little Knight's also really good for resetting the attack and defense of Combined Creation because this is a perma reduce. But I didn't want to pass up on being able to summon Chaos Angel with the full protection because it's pretty cool. We still have Mace to take control of a monster, which I fear we're not going to be able to do so. Oh my gosh, we had 4 more monster negates, Imperm, Mace take control, we got Poppin', we had Ogre we didn't even use. Damn, this deck is fun. All right, especially because people don't know how to play against it. So let's take a little gander at their, we could do some deck checks after some duels so we could maybe critique them. This is Natura Horus. Okay, this is a deck I actually really want to play myself. I'm seeing on Reddit that a lot of people are pissed about Horus at the moment, so you tell me, would you be cool with me playing Horus as long as I'm not playing Floodgates? I think people are getting pissed maybe around Skill Drain or some nonsense. I think there could be only one is also a good trap to be playing in this deck, but don't worry, I would not do that myself. All right, let's go. Back onto the ladder we go. So let's see, Naturia Horus. Do we have a good deck on the site? If it's doing, yeah, look, they're all playing Horus. Horus Engine, Horus Engine, Horus Engine. It's all here, it's top tier. Uses deck throughout all of Master, from Master 5 to Master 1. It's got replays. Damn, 20 comments about this deck. People, this is a good way for me to see that people care about a deck when I see a bunch of comments, and that then makes me want to play the deck myself. All right, let's go second. What you got? 562. Well, I don't, wait, 562? What does that mean? Huh? If it's naughty, don't tell me. So what we have, what? Ending the turn? Ain't no way. So I'm thinking about when they end the turn, my idea is to make Chaos Angel and Combined Creation. That's gonna be the play. And we unfortunately have no outs to an Imperm or Veiler. So I'm going to normal summon the Dark Blade. And, we have our hand traps to protect us otherwise. On summon, their field has lit up. They have something. That is something. So let's bring up the hand trap popularity and let's see what they got. Dark Blade activates. This is Ash, Imperm, Veiler check, and we got checked. You got me. Horn Dragon's dead in the hand because I need to have 3 or more different mementos with different names in order to summon it. So when you do not have the Bone Party, you're kind of stuck if you get disrupted on your first hit. Well, you also could have the Horse in the hand. If I had follow-up Horse, if I had Bone Party, so it's about 6 cards that could have helped me play through the Ash. All right, let's get swinging. What you got? What you got? No field light up, so we know he does not have Maxi in the hand. I'm gonna set my Imperm. I could main phase 2 Clara for no reason, but that would not be a good idea, and we are good. Imperm down the middle. Let's do it. We got Moonlit Chill. We got Ogre. Ogre could be pretty good against SP Little Knight. And it could sometimes be good against Apollo, but normally they summon Apollo protected by Masquerena, where otherwise it's not good. And if they don't use Masquerena into SP Little Knight, then that could be good. Ooh. We got Branded Lost. Oh boy. We're probably not going to be able to pop that with the Ghost Ogre because normally we can't respond to a fusion summon and that is when it triggers. Now, if they fusion summon on chain link 2 or higher, that is something. So if I Moonlit Chill right now, He'll chain fuse on chain link 2. Thus, the Branded Lost will miss the timing on giving them protection. And then when it activates, I could chain Ghost Ogre only if it's the higher chain link. So they could still screw me by putting it on a chain link 1 and then the Gangrel on chain link 2. Then what do I do? And I could still respond. I could hope that they misplay. Otherwise, I have to think, what's the Moonlit Chill going to be good for? With the Branded Lost, I can't use Moonlit Chill on anything. No chill. So let's do this. Let's try it. He still has his normal summon for an Aluber, which I could save Imperm for, which the Cartesia actually stops me from being able to use Imperm on an Aluber. So this forces Cartesia, and I can now Imperm onto a newly summoned Aluber. Chain Cartesia. Maybe it's better that I chain Ghost Ogre to the Cartesia, then he can't summon Gangrel. Otherwise, I would love to Ghost Ogre the Branded Lost, but as I said, he could chain link block it, and I'm gonna hold on to Imperm. So let's Ogre pop. He's forced to fuse with his hand, which he may have an illegal fusion. May not be able to fuse. Ogre get popping. 2 hand traps for 1 Cartesia because of that Branded Lost, and it goes through. Let's go. So pop it, fuse with the hand possibly. If he has an Albaz in the hand, that would be annoying. Woo, we're good. That's what I'm talking about. Damn. Okay, normal summon Aluber, Imperm negate. Gotcha, mate. And the Dark Blade is not an on-summon effect. I could activate its effect that got ashed again. I'll just do it again. We do it again. And now, if it gets disrupted, ooh, Max to the freaking sea. We taking the Maxi challenge. You know it. We taking that challenge. So we're gonna set up with Dark Blade pop. All right, let's go. Focus. I'm going. We're going all the way. We do not care. We're going to Anguish, special summon. 6,200 damage is what we have to deal. Anguish, trigger, nothing. We got the horse to our hand. Horse is here. Horse is top tier. Special summon the horse here. Okay. And we may want to set up the Memento field spell early. See if they know field nothing. He does not. He can't use Imperm even if he draws into it. Very nice. Come forth and send from the deck. Mace, Gablin, and Gaddock. Gaddock is an additional special summon that I probably do not want to do. So if I were to be as minimal as possible, we have 2850. Let's do the calculator on screen here. Online calculator. And 2850. So we have 2850 plus the fusion monster is going to be how much damage here? 2800 plus 2800. That's 5650 plus the 800 on the fields plus 800. That's 6450. So if I minimally want to do this, I will reborn from the graveyard right now the Mace search for the fusion spell, special summon Horn Dragon special, so I have to special summon 3 more times for lethal. What do you think? Let's do it. 3 more times for lethal. No Gaddock. So we're gonna Mace is the place. Let's chill. What you got? Mace, pop itself. Okay. Come to me, searching for Memento Fusion. I could just summon Combined Creation. Okay. I'm freaking out. We got 800 damage. We're gonna Memento Fusion using the graveyard. Memento Fuse, Combine, Twin Dragon. We're gonna return the Mace back in the deck and the horse. Be gone. Come forth. Twin Dragon is here. Twin Dragon activate to get poppin'. We're gonna pop the Anguish in the hand. And we're gonna grab from our deck the Combined Creation. And I think I'll grab a Mace for disruption and potential follow-up. Okay, this is good, right? This is good. Now I could make a Chaos Angel. Yes, what do you think? Chaos Angel, but don't banish. Just make a Chaos Angel, or I could just special summon Combined Creation right now and go for game. Or I could special summon Horn Dragon and go for game. Maybe I save the Combined Creation after a potential Nibiru. Yes? Let's see. So I summon and there's a delay. I have the Chaos Angel. That's enough for lethal. I'm going. No delay, nothing. Yes. If there was a delay, then I would think he's got potentially a Nibiru, and then we would Chaos Angel and make ourselves unaffected. And then, you know, we'd go from there. Very nicely done. Let's go. So that Cartesia situation was quite interesting. Understanding how the Branded Loss works, where when it would protect you on Chainlink 2 or higher, you would be able to respond to it activating, but they could still Chainlink block it with the newly summoned Fusion. Let's check out their deck and see if they played everything correct. This is looking standard. The evenly match is quite interesting. Maybe you don't need two, because with one thrust, you could add that. I'd maybe play more thrust instead of double evenly, as with more thrust, you could set up more consistently a fusion duplication. If they were to negate your branded fusion, that'd be good to set that up. Yup. And all right, cool deck. Let's go. All right. And if you wanted to see the breakdown yourself of how people are playing it, we could look at branded from the tier list. Something like this, average 50 cards. I'll show you the tournament only filter for deck lists that are a bit better. And as I was correct on the triple tactics talent, a lot of them are playing 3. 40% at 3 in tournaments, 43% are not playing it at all. On average, 50 card deck, looking good, very nice. And some recent tournament tops, not from my tournaments, one of them from my tournament. All right, let's do it. What do they got? Lady Debug. Are we ashing the Debug? If this is a Salaman Great deck, is this good to negate? So let's look up the Debug in another window here. Debug means they're likely going to be playing Salaman Great. Okay. And we got Salaman Great little combo video here if you want to see that, what they're potentially going to be setting up. I think this could be a good negate. Otherwise, if we were to hold Ash, I guess we're holding it for Gazelle. But maybe he's trying to search Gazelle. Yeah, Gazelle, what the hell? Do we Ghost Mourner negate the Bale? What do you think? Or do I save Ghost Mourner for the Mirage Stalio? We could save Ash and Ghost Mourner for Mirage Stalio, which are good. Maybe I'm going to Ash the Gazelle and Mourner the Mirage Stalio. How about that? Let's try that. Let's try it. Let's see if it works. Let's do it. Ash. Ash Gazelle send from the deck potentially is good, or Ash Mirage Stalio. Maybe we hold the Mourner for the Princess and we Ash just the Mirage Stalio. There's the Gazelle. Gazelle will send Spinny. But what if they already have a Spinny in the hand? So if they already have a Spinny in the hand and they're baiting me with Gazelle, Gazelle could still be sending the counter trap, which could be very difficult to play around. What do we do here? This requires a level 4 or lower Cyburst in order to summon again, and we could blow them out, where they're not going to be able to summon the Gazelle because they don't have a way to get their Bale Links into the graveyard. Because they need Bale Links in the graveyard to trigger the Gazelle. But if they have a Spinny in the hand, which we're already playing around, we maybe should just pass. Let's pass. We're playing around them potentially having a bunch of extenders. So, it's important for me to give you reasoning for my plays. I'm not saying they're the most optimal or correct plays here, but you know my reasoning on what I'm saving cards for. The Mirage Stalio is a part of the normal line. The Promethean Princess is a part of a normal line. And the Mirage is a hard once per turn effect that we would negate. This is when the Gazelle is coming forth in summoning, which I could just pass. Or we stop. Being able to Spinny or set up the counter trap, both are incredibly disruptive. So I think that this is, we match up the Mourner with the hard once per turn effect here, and that is going to be the good play. I guess what we're fearing is this would only make a Link monster unaffected. If we want to play around Call by the Grave, if they Ash, they chain Called by. We Ash, they chain Called by, we chain Mourner. Then we double negate the Gazelle. So let's do the Ash. Let's do it. Ash, negate. Uh-oh. Cross out designates. So there you go. Otherwise, we would not be able to chain the Ash to the cross out designate, which would not even be usable on Mourner because no one's playing this. So let's see if this works out. Let's go. Now the Mourner they set up to auto target. Holy finger and cross out designate. My hand traps did not matter one bit. And I guess you could see that if the cards were worth negating, it was worth using the called by and cross out designate. We could assume, if we assume the player is smart, that then we used our hand traps correctly. Yes? All right, Ash negated. So what we have here is Anguish. If Anguish gets negated, we might get blown out, actually. Now, the Salamangreat Roar states that it's going to be able to negate and destroy, so it does not get banished. That's good. We read the fusion. What's important about the fusion is if a monster in your possession was destroyed by a card effect this turn, it doesn't have to be a memento card effect. So if I summon Anguish, Anguish gets negated and destroyed by the Roar, I can now use the fusion to fuse with the Anguish in the graveyard plus a memento we newly draw. We have to draw a memento. We have to, or we're screwed. Did not set up the Salamangreat Roar, so that is interesting. The Salamangreat Roar will likely be searched for with the Raging Phoenix instead now. So he did actually need... I'm surprised that they're not playing triple spinny. Is that standard for what's going on here? 44% at 2. If we go on over to the TCG stats, they're kind of split between 2 and 3. What about OCG? Wow, OCG's playing just one spinny? Only one spinny. Okay, that's something. That's interesting. All right, and we got links to the rulings here if you want to read that. Pretty cool. All right, let's go, let's go. Weasel. Oh, my Weasel. Weasel, special summon Wolf. You have 2 Salamangreat monsters in the graveyard. Now, it's usually important to not special summon the Weasel from your hand unless after you get Nibiru'd. You get to play around Nibiru by holding it. And I do believe we have anti-Nibiru plays, as you can see right here. So maybe I'll mute this and you can see. So this is a really good video on the Salamangreat deck type page. You can click on deck type Salamangreat and then it will come up. Or you could search up any Salamangreat cards and then get to the deck type breakdown. And what this does is, you'll see, since we have some time to watch it, because we have no disruption whatsoever. Let's speed this up. So when they get Nibiru'd, that is when they're going to Weasel. Where's the Weasel? Where's the Nibiru? Show me, show me, show me. So that's if they don't get Nibiru'd. Oh, okay, this is if they do. Okay, let me see Nibiru. Nibiru happens, then you Weasel. You see? So you wait for the Nibiru, and then you summon the Weasel. Yep, yep, yep. You get Nibiru, then you pop off of the Weasel. So you try your best to make your play with Salamangreat, then follow up Weasel if you need to. And then what's really good about this video, it shows you if they hold Nibiru for a different situation. If they hold it for the Princess, well, the Weasel's that follow-up through Nibiru. Because I know a lot of people are saying that Salamangreat loses to Nibiru, which you can clearly see is not the case if you just hold on to that Weasel. And maybe Salamangreat should be my next video I make, yes? Now, this Horse Prince, did he already activate the Horse Prince? Horse Prince was special summoning a Coda Soul, okay. You could instead summon an Ash Blossom, and then with the Sunlight Wolf or the Mirage Stalio, you could add it from the graveyard back to your hand, or you could add it from the field back to your hand. That would be the Mirage Stalio effect. Raging Phoenix will search for the negate, and he's going to have the Princess in the grave. He'll have double disruption, yes? Double disrupt. He's got the Roar. Now, to make the Roar activatable, you have to control a Salamangreat Link. So if we have some way to get rid of their Link monster, then it's not even activatable. He also has Pyro. He's got triple disruption from what I'm counting. We'll talk about what the disruptive plays are, and I think we just lose. Blew right through my hand traps, and we did not draw into another memento. We're screwed. If he plays this correctly, it's over. So in the graveyard, the Code of Soul will banish during the opponent's main phase, which is ours, to then link Pyro into Pyro, and then on summon, destroy all cards the opponent controls. I cannot use Valor. I could have used my Moonlit Chill, though, if we had that. And then he also has, on our special summon, the Princess will pop her special summon. And then he also has the Salamangreat Roar to negate anything. And I pretty much just have one play. So, okay. Are you going to just negate me, mate? Negate? Negate? Did not negate. Ain't no way we have a chance. Wow. Now I have 2 cards to use my Memento Fusion with. So we're going to special summon the Tatsu. And if it gets destroyed, I still get to use my Memento Fusion. If a card in your possession was destroyed, we possess it in our hand. So that does work. All right, let's go. Let's go. This mad lad's giving us a chance. Memento Fusion has to be the last thing we activate. We got chill. We got chill. He's got counterplay with the... Ooh, you also have Ash? Ain't no way, mate. Okay. I think we have to main phase 2 SP Little Knight, then follow up with Memento Fusion. We gotta force out that disruption. If we chain Memento Fusion now, we're gonna be in big trouble. We could have also, if we put Almirage in our deck, that also could have been done. And the reason we're going to main phase 2, you'll see in a bit, because SP Little Knight right now will not be activatable. Is Dark activatable right now? Does he have a Dark in the grave? Probably yes. Cyber's Wicked. So Dark actually forces out the disruption. Let's go. Dark's the better play. So the main phase 2 reason would be to summon Clara. Clara into SP Little Knight would then be able to banish. So let's go. Dark has to be summoning to where the arrows are pointing to. Please. What is this? Burn? Burn damage? That's trash. Okay, I don't care. Sure. Okay. Dark activates. Reborn it mates. Wait, Memento he never destroyed. And does this count as a card we got destroyed? This is pretty much our only play. Oh my gosh. All right, Dark Destroyed will get to search. What are we searching for? Destroyed. How do we memento? Oh, we can memento. You did destroy. A monster in your possession was destroyed. It does not have to be a memento. That is great. Okay, what do we do here? None of these are good in the hand. We can't do anything with these cards in our hand. Okay, so we'll just grab a Dark Blade. We could reborn the Dark Blade with the... Okay, let's see what we could do. Let's focus. Focus up. Memento Fusion. He's going to be able to Promethean or pop us. He can only pop us. We are in main phase 1. So Twin Dragon is going to be coming out by returning the Horse and the Anguish. All right, 28 versus 28 mates. And he is protected with the Bale Links in the graveyard. Let's activate to destroy the Dark Blade in the hand. Yes. Code of Soul. So this is you could banish this to then, after this effect resolves, go straight into the poppage. All right, let's go. Pyro Phoenix will activate afterward. Interesting. So if I were to pop, I mean, the Twin Dragon will be popped anyway. So if I pop the Dark Blade will be reborn. I'm gonna grab a Combined Creation. And I will be grabbing, what else is good here? So when this is destroyed, I can't summon from the hand, right? Special summon a level 6 or lower memento from your graveyard. So I think we go into Horned Dragon as the card we want to do. So Twin will get popped, which will summon a Dark Blade. Dark Blade will pop itself, which will grab a Goblin. Goblin will pop itself, sending 2 cards in the deck to the grave. And then we're gonna special summon the Horn from our hand. Sounds good. We actually got plays. Ain't no way. Activate Wipe the Fields. Alrighty. Let's trigger. Let's reborn. Now, if the Dark Blade gets popped, we are actually in trouble because it needs to stay on the fields. 1, 2, 3. If I discard the Combined Creation. Yeah, we could still summon the Horned Dragon. So the Horned requires 3 or more memento monsters with different names. Let's get the Combined Creation into the graveyard. Let's take this out. So now if the Dark Blade dies, I could still summon the Horned Dragon. Yup, exactly as we predicted. This is going to be the play. Unfortunately, the Dark Blade is not going to summon the Goblin from the deck, which is what we were hoping for. And only because we discarded the Combined Creation can I now special summon a Horned Dragon. Let's go. Balinx is protecting the field spell. That's fine. I was using it for the discard. The Raging Phoenix is being triggered to reborn. That is not disruption. There's no more disruption. Disruption is gone. Now, the Combined Creation requires 5 or more different mementos in our hand or graveyard in order to summon, which we do not have. But we have Horned Dragon at 28, plus the Fracture Dance to pop another card in the field. We could kind of still make some plays. We're not out of this duel yet. Let's go. So what do we have here? If we Memento Fusion pop, we could search our deck for a Bone Party, Bone Party is not going to be good because let's bring up Memento's deck real quick. I know this is maybe not a good idea during a duel, but we have the time. We have to focus this. The Bone Party is going to have to pop a Memento monster in our hand or field, which we're not going to have access to. Otherwise, if we search the field spell could set a Memento spell or trap during the end phase, which is not going to be good. This only searches for a Memento spell or trap. If we search for another fusion, that's going to be something that we could use during their turn, but only if our monster gets destroyed by something. So, oh my gosh, I guess we just Horn Dragon set Fracture Dance, and that is the better play. Yup, that is the way. It really sucks that this Effect Veiler was not a Memento monster. Go, going. What you got, boy? What you got? What you got? If your monster bows, you can pay 1,000, target a Link monster, make it 0 attack. I don't think so. All right, we good, we great. Set the Fracture Dance, and we got Poppage. All right, let's go. Let's do it. Back to you. 5,600. If a face-up, special summon, I could reduce it to 28 at the end of the main phase. Do we do that? 28 to protect the Horned Dragon. Or we just let him kill our Horned Dragon and hopefully we have a play afterward. We can't Fracture afterward. We need a Memento monster on the field. The face-up is destroyed, special summon. If face-up fire controls destroy with battle card effect while this card's in the grave, you can target one of the monsters special summon. If he has double trouble, then he could just reborn the Raging off of Raging if he swings in, right? So he goes to battle, he kills himself, and then the other one in the graveyard will activate, target the monster, reborn, and get boosted. Thus, we're gonna have to just Veiler. Veiler here. Let's Veil, negate. Negate delay debug. The Raging Phoenix is really disruptive. I can't pop it with Fracture. I mean, I don't know what to do. Face-up fire is destroyed by battle or card effects, and then what? It just, the other one reborns. Double Raging Phoenix is so OP. End of main phase, that's it. Attack is declared involving a Memento. We have to just top deck a Memento. I don't know what to say. We have to top deck. Please, please top deck. Holy damage, ain't no way. We have 1, 2, 3. What? He's gaining 2,800 life, reduced to 0? He's summoning another Raging Phoenix? What the heck was that? What? He wants me to kill it to trigger the other one in the grave? I can't believe I just bricked. I could not believe this. Any Memento monster, we could have made some kind of play. Ain't no freaking way. What the heck? Wow. This is trash. I have to pee, so it's a good time to just toggle off. End phase, trigger, and then run to pee, and then we'll come back and maybe we'll be lost by then. So set up the Memento Fusion. This will not be activatable. BRB. All right, yep, we got. We've been got. I needed another Memento monster to get popping off. That's fine. Let's keep on going. Damn. Damn you, Saladman Great. I don't care about looking at your deck. Oh my gosh. I can't believe we still had plays with the Memento Fusion because you destroyed our Dark. That was good. That was good. Pink Eevee? Did we just play this guy? I don't, maybe I'm going crazy. What the heck? Let's get Memento in. I really want to showcase the ability of Combined Creation attacking multiple bodies in the field with piercing battle damage through the effect of Bone Party. But will I actually be able to show that off? What's going on? Oh gosh, I think this is going to be giving you a seizure potentially. Let me block this for you. Let's block it, let's block it. Oh gosh, oh gosh. I'm blocking. All right, no response to the game server, awesome. Did we actually play the Eevee? I thought we did. No, we didn't. Okay, let's go, back in. All right, let's get to it. Let's do it. All right, we have someone who went to the 25th anniversary, or that's not exclusive. Do we all have that icon? I have no idea. Let's go. Going first. And the problem with going first is they will probably surrender. Okay, we have Anguish plus Playthrough Disruption. This is good. This is good. And we are going to Anguish. Anguish on summon. What you got? Something. Holy moly. How do we play around a Gamma? Ain't no way. So if we let the Gamma negate and destroy, it states you could special summon, and then you could negate the activation and then destroy that monster. If I Ash it, it's going to be usable again within the same turn. So if I just Bone Party pop right here, right now, we go into, oh boy, what is our disruption? The Anguish, we really don't want it to get disrupted. So if I let the Anguish die, and I instead search for the horse, summon the horse, they negate the horse, I could then pop the horse in response to it getting negated, and then I think that'd be better. I need the Anguish to be on the field to reborn from the grave. Otherwise, I'd have to Bone Party, chain summon Goblin. Goblin would then have no body to pop in the field. Yeah, so we're actually gonna Ash. Let's Ash now. The Anguish is double important. It's for the reborn from the grave and the search. So even though the Gamma is gonna be activatable again, I've decided that that is the better play, to just let them kill my horse. Yep, the horse will die. And this is where he's gonna think that I don't know that he could Gamma again. But I know. I know. Believe me, I know. Okay. See, I know. I know. We know. I'm going to chain the Bone Party to pop it. I would love to pop the Anguish to then summon another Tatsu, because it has to summon a different name. But the problem with that is I then don't have the Anguish to reborn from the grave, and I don't have my normal summon. So I need the ability to be able to special summon. So what we do is we pop the horse, then summon a different name. By going to Darkblade, Darkblade could special summon a level 3 or lower, which will be, we're gonna do that, to the field. Yep. Fill up the field, keep the Anguish on the fields. The Anguish is now actually not as important, actually. Because we have Darkblade, we're gonna go into Goblin or the Mace. So if we pop the Blade, come forth and summon from the deck. Gaddock's no good. We already used the hard ones to turn to special summoning. We could use the other effect of the Tatsu, though, if we reborn it. I grab Goblin, I send from the deck to the grave the Memento Fusion spell, pop to then search for Memento Fusion. Instead, I just summon a Mace for the Memento Fusion. I think that's going to be better. Mace for Memento Fusion. We could reborn the horse, send the Goblin. I'm sure we'll have some plays off of that. Yes. All right, let's go. Mace is here. Mace is top tier. Pop herself, grabbing the Memento Fusion, holding onto the Anguish. We're now going to Memento Fuse using the graveyard. Come forth. I'm going to return back the Mace and the Darkblade, since I could still summon the horse and use its effect. All right. And the twin will just pop itself. I think so. We pop itself. Pop itself, reborn the horse. So we're going to add the Horned Dragon. And we're going to add a Combined Creation. Very nice. Trigger the Twin Dragon, reborn the horse. Then horse get poppin'. We could pop with the Memento Fusion. We don't need to. We're gonna pop our horse. We use Bone Party, so when we send the Gaddock, will trigger and actually add back. We're gonna send Goblin. And yeah, we'll get the Mace also in there. Sure, we'll return it back in the deck later. Gaddock trigger. Come forth. Add back Bone Party. Bone Party is the way. Bone Party to our hand. Very nicely done. And we can now reborn the Goblin with the Anguish. Reborn the Gob. Gob is here. Pop in the Gaddock. Uh-huh. I could pop the Anguish to search for Field Spell. Field Spell poppage. Yes, yes, yes. Anguish be gone. Search our deck for the fields. And let's play the fields. Let's special summon the Horn Dragon. Let's not activate the Horn Dragon effect after being popped. We're gonna send from the deck a Cranium Burst and what else? Horn Dragon be gone. Cranium Burst, and our other card we want to send, that would be good. We're gonna be returning back to the deck everything but the Horn Dragon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have enough where I could just send another Memento Fusion for a follow-up play. Let's do that. All right, let's trigger the Memento to reborn. Target, but do not trigger the effect. Pass. We can reborn the twin if we want to. So anything that gets banished, destroyed by battle will get banished instead. So that could be fun. Let's do that, and we'll return everything else in the graveyard back. Yes. If we want to do that. I will probably just make an SP Little Knight. All right, so I think we make an SP Little Knight with this for protection, or I could make a Masquerina. Masquerina could be good for further plays, making the SP Little Knight on their turn. So let's do that. 1, 2, this plays into Nibiru. If you make Little Knight, you will play around Nibiru. So you do want to keep that considered. Combined creation. Let's return everything but the Horn Dragon. 1, 2, 3. Returning back the Mace is important. 2, 3, 4. Anguish could be an option if we want to reborn. So let's get rid of the twin. All right, perfect. This worked out. I think we played through the gamma correctly. What do you think? Let's set the Bone Party, and we'll talk about disruption during the end phase. Activate the fields, set up into the back row the Cranium Burst, and we got follow-up with the Memento Fusion in the grave. Let's go. If they activate any card effects, we're going to activate our combined creation to reborn from the graveyard the Horn Dragon, and then we're going to pop it with Bone Party to then pop 2 cards in the field to then search for a Mace with the Anguish we summoned from the deck. Then we could take control of their monster. So, what do we want to do here? Do we just allow him to make his plays? Do we Cranium Burst negate and then just chill from there? It will not actually trigger the Fenrir. And then we activate the combined creation after he triggers, but then that will trigger the Fenrir, which we then Effect Veiler. So I should probably just Effect Veiler, honestly. That's going to be the way. Yeah. All right. If we negate, combine, reborn, Horn Dragon, or Anguish, we could then search for Mace and take control of the Fenrir for extra disruption. That could be spicy. But when he activates to banish, we have to Cranium Burst again. So let's try that crazy play. Let's do it. Let's do it. So Cranium Burst. Okay. And then we will let that resolve. We trigger combined, summon Anguish. He'll be Chainlink 1, Anguish will be Chainlink 2. And then, doesn't that kind of mess it up? I guess we just have to Bone Party. So let's go. Or we're low on the timer, because I'm thinking up crazy plays. Let's not throw the game. Let's not throw. How about we don't throw? We'll hold on to the Fenrir on the field, so we'll just double negate, and then we'll take it and negate again on our turn. We'll take control of it. All right. Let's go. I'm not going to Veiler it because I want to take control of it. And you'll see. Unless we get ashed. Focus. I'm SETI. Okay, you're SETI. I'm going to pop. Once I'm SETI is summoned, that's where we're going to get popping. I think we're going to ash that. I'm not ashing the I'm Seti because I want them to set up with the Golden Sark. Because I got ideas. We got to focus. We got to focus. Okay. Set up. Set up the Gold Sark. Activate it. Reborn the I'm Seti. Then we're going to pop off. If he ashes us, then the pop off gets super screwed. So let's see what he does. Reborn. Let's go. Discard. Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Send from the deck. Okay. Reborn. Come on. Activate. You don't activate, just summon. I pop the Horned Dragon. I pop 2. Then I search. Yep, we're going to steal the Fenrir. Right now. Activate. Bone Party, mate. He's got nothing. We're going to summon from the deck an Anguish. Anguish to the fields. Yes. Activate the Anguish. Activate the Horned Dragon. Activate. We're going to pop the Anguish, and we're going to pop the I'm Seti and the Gold Sark. Holy moly, this is going to be nuts. We're not going to trigger the field spell. Come on. And we're going to grab the Mace, and we're going to take control of the Mace, with Mace. Take control of the Fenrir, and then we're going to use it against them. No, stop. Activate, Mace. Come to me. Yours. It's mine. Let's go. Let's freaking go. We got a Fenrir. Yes. All right. What is he activating? That is a Foolish Burial Goods. We have 7 seconds. We have Masquerena into SP Little Knight. He is sending Sulliek Search. He has not used up his normal summon. We're going to Fenrir on Resolution. I think we'll just Cranium Burst the Rhino Heart and then banish it off the field. What do you think? Yep. Activate Cranium Burst, mate. Okay, on Resolution, trigger the Fenrir, banish it off the fields. Woo, let's go. Thank you. 5 seconds left. 5 seconds. We have SP Little Knight with the Tearlament Grief. Ain't no way. Wow. Okay. He's going into Kick Cow. We're going to negate Kick Cow. And then we're going to banish it. Oh, Tearlament Kashtira to randomly mill. Okay. Why not Havnis or something? Just YOLOing. Okay. Tearlament Scream. Sure. Set the card. Then I'm going to Masquerena into Little Knight. Meta Noise. Hold up. Okay. Activates. Come forth. 1, 2. Activate. Oh my gosh. What the shite? I could not find it. Gosh. I could. Oh, you saw all those other text options. What the hell? What the hell was that? Oh my gosh. 3,600. Okay. We're going to. Woo. Okay. We're going to activate, pop the Veiler. Oh my gosh. What the hell? I couldn't. I just couldn't. I just got rid of my field spell for no reason. Okay. What do we have in the graveyard that's activatable? The Bone Party. We're going to fuse, come forth into the Twin. We are twinning. We're going to return, come forth. 3,600. We're going to summon you. With the Twin for the win, 6,400 damage. We're going to activate. We could pop the Combine, then Reborn it. We're going to add from the deck as maybe a horse. So we can't summon the horse. We got a Dark Blade. Dark Blade could be good. Then we could discard. Oh, we already did our normal summon, so I'm going crazy right now. We got nothing activatable. We'll just grab a Mace here, which we could take control again. Okay. And then we just win. There you go. Game over. Wait, Combined Creation is actually not summonable right now because we don't have another body. So we're going to go Dark something to steal from his graveyard, right? Dark, come forth, Combined. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to Dark Steal something from his grave. In attack position for game. Holy moly. What a freaking duel. Come forth and take the I'm Seti. We set. Thank you. Damn. Wow. What a duel. Oh, jeez. Oh, he hit 0 seconds. I tried to banish his trap, and just like 20 options popped up. Ain't no freaking way. 0 seconds. And it looks like we have enough time for a deck profile, and let's go. Wow. I think this is a good video. You tell me. I have to tell you, this is making me want to duel on stream again. I wish I had a chat right now going nuts with me. It's so much more different having to read the YouTube comments afterward. And also on the last video, I liked writing in the comments potential misplays I make, because I rewatched the video and I go, okay, did I make any mistakes? And I feel like I made a few mistakes in the last video, which I already posted a comment. And maybe I could show that and do that in between videos. I can't really do that in... So maybe we just do a quick little replay review at the end of these videos of the last video of and then we'll go into the deck review. How about that, if we have time? So in the first duel, someone said that I should have summoned a Huggin in response to a Dark Hole, which it does not work. So that was not a misplay. Huggin could not protect from the Dark Hole. Now, mistake was, I believe in this. I let him get rid of the Diablo Star. And what happened is I wanted to summon my Albaz in the graveyard to fuse with the Diablo Star to make a Dragostapelia. I had no other fusion option with my Albaz to fuse with their field. So I think that was an opportunity I've missed out on using the Rinbrum, so that could have been something. And then, yes, and this duel I leaked. And then for leaking, I lost the duel by leaking. Yep, you have to pick an option while leaking, apparently. And then for this duel, I must have been fatigued. I don't know why. I did not just SP Little Knight with my Bestial afterward. Like, what the heck? I'm watching this back and I'm pissed off. Like, what? Banish from the grave, SP Little Knight, banish the back row, end the turn. Like, what? What am I thinking? Why did I not do that? That's annoying to me that I didn't do that, but we still won the duel. And so now, I'll do the same thing with this video if I find any misplays within the next one. Now, for the deck review, was good here. So I guess we have another section, a quick little replay review or misplay review. I am purposely not playing the Called by the Crossout nor Max C, and I refuse to negate the opposing player's Max C. Of course, you should not play that way if you're going to play the deck yourself. If you want to play the deck yourself, let's show you how exactly you should be playing the deck. Let's bring this up. So this is going to be on, okay, this is Master Duel meta. Let's go on over, this is the Yu-Gi-Oh meta that is. Let's do the Master Duel stats, Memento. Just like this, if I do tournament only, it's not top in tournaments, unfortunately. So you have to take off the tournament only for something like this. This is looking good. Of course, you play Called By. Of course, you're gonna play Max C. And the Fracture, pop cards in the field, that's optional. I normally do not play it. Now, something that I don't see them playing that I do think you should play is Azalea. So my biggest regret in this duel, I didn't have an opportunity to attack everything and piercing battle damage to the Bone Party. And the main way to do that is what you'll do is you'll summon a Chaos Angel, banish a card in the field. So that's one card banished. And then you, with the Chaos Angel and another monster, you'll make Azalea. Azalea will send herself to the graveyard to pop a card in the field. And it's actually, target a card and pop it. And then you have no other bodies in the field besides your combined creation. And only then, while you control no other monsters, you can now attack everybody on the field after double disrupting their field, double removal. So remove, get pop in, 5,000 attack, and then use the Bone Party effect in the graveyard to banish. And then during your main phase, banish this card, target your combined creation, piercing battle damage through everything. I actually have replays where I do that. So I was thinking with another duel series to have where this is 1 hour playtest, we could then have Memento Mastering the Deck. We could call it something like that, Mastering the Deck series, where we do the replays. My timer's popping off. And the replays will go in depth on the plays that maybe I did not perform within the 1 hour playtest and a more analytical view of what's good and what to do with the deck. Even though I feel like we did a really good job with this video, including the test hand against the NPC, that was wonderful. But I just love this deck a lot, and it's actually gonna get a lot better. If we look at the OCG stats from Master Duel Meta, you could do, or go to Yu-Gi-Oh Meta, however you want, go onto the tier list, and we go on over to OCG, we Control F Memento, or you could just see it right there. That makes it a top 10 deck. Yeah, Memento, top 10, potentially. What do they have that we do not have? You're gonna wanna be looking out for the Mystical Sheep. Mystical Sheep is gonna be great for the deck. And then also the new fusion, Memento Combined Conqueror. So we have Combined Conqueror and the Combined Creation that's over here. And let's look at some of the tournament decks if you want to see them real quick. So what I like to do is I like to take a deck list, a tournament topping one, maybe the one that got top 32 of the 7,000 player event. And then I just go on EDO Pro or Yu-Gi-Oh! Mega and just play test the deck. There could be only one. Oh my gosh, I would not be that toxic. I don't know why they're not playing the Cranium Burst. Do they take that out with the new way to play the deck? That's actually insane. I could not believe that. What? Wow, that's something. So, all right. So thank you very much. I appreciate you all for watching, and we are out. And let me know in the comments what deck you want me to do next. What 1 hour review playtest deck is up next? And thank you for all the good feedback. Let's go.